there are so many sports, there are so many productions that we really look at incremental progress. How do you take something that's not being streamed currently and find a way to? How do you find something that is being done at a one-camera level and find a way to add to it in some way? And again, ESPN has provided us with resources and a framework for if you are to go about thinking, okay, I might want to scale up something. They have been great about providing us, a blueprint to do that. So those guys will speak much more intelligently to that than I can. What I'm thinking from a league standpoint is ESPN Plus is a big part of this relationship. It's if you break it into a pie chart, it's the biggest slice of pie. But from a league standpoint, I think we are looking at deepening that relationship as a whole. When we signed the deal, we called it a comprehensive partnership, and that's a little bit of business jargon speak, but it really does have some actual meaning. There's so much that goes beyond just the school productions for ESPN Plus. We have linear opportunities on ESPN, ESPNU that we never had before. That goes beyond just football and basketball. It goes down to our Olympic sports programming. So having more of a dialogue with the folks at ESPN about those opportunities. We are looking at having in-person events hosted by ESPN in Bristol for our student athletes, for our media. So there's all of these other opportunities now that have been opened by the fact that we're now an ESPN partner and there's a vested interest on both sides. So the ESPN Plus platform is great, but I think that's our big priority as a league as we go out through the next 9 years of this deal is how do we find these other marketing, promotional, partnership opportunities that go beyond just productions themselves. There's a whole bigger piece to it.
For us, so Harvard has 42 Division I teams. We currently produce and broadcast all home games for 32 out of those 42. I'd like to find a way to get the 32 closer to 42, figure out how we can stream these other sports that are not always on campus.
Drones, all drones.
Absolutely, the drone is the answer to everything. But we use students for a lot of our staffing, and I think for those of you who use students, you know that the two words that really best describes working with students is dependability and reliability, especially around exams and breaks. Not really. I mean, students are great, and they're very passionate. They bring new ideas, and they're very motivated. But sometimes they're not available to work, and sometimes they have homework they didn't predict and exams they have to study for. And so how do we build our infrastructure that doesn't rely on that as much? How do we automate things as much as possible? How do we put up PTZ cameras as backups if we don't have a manned camera somewhere? And how do we use those to support more and more production so that it's not just those 32, but also, we don't currently stream sailing or golf or skiing or cross country. And we can. It's just we have to find the resources and the drones to do it.
Piggybacking off of that a little bit, I think our focus now turns from, all right, we've got to rebrand our graphics. We've got to redo these each summer. Now we can focus on, we know we have the ESPN graphics package. We know what our goals need to be with ESPN. Now we can focus on bettering our facilities. So whether that be spend the summer figuring out how to rewire our football stadium or how to get more infrastructure to our basketball arena so that we can start to better the productions to where we hope to get them, where we know we want them for ESPN. And it's not just going to help our sanity and make our jobs easier, but the fans are going to see the improvements, and hopefully the fans will enjoy it.
I think it's about improving quality. A lot of conversation about graphics and transmission early on. Now we're talking about situations during the game. How do you cover the end of a game? How do you cover an injury? How do the announcers handle a serious injury? We're advancing the production level, and when students are involved or recent college graduates are involved, that's great training for them, and we really enjoy teaching and trying to mentor that group.